We're going to be trying out the CCI Shotshells through various pistols that I have. I want to do grouping tests. We'll blow up some sodas and then see what they do to ballistics gel. Up first, the Sig P226 Legion, single action only, 9mm. We're going to be using this number 4 shot. The last time I was doing these tests, I was not letting them feed off the magazine. I was single feeding them into the chamber, but I've heard that that can damage the extractor. So I'm going to let the slide strip it off the magazine this time. We're going to start out at about 20 feet, and then if that's decent, we'll move back. If not, we'll move forward. Let's get started. We're going to need to get in closer. All right, maybe a little closer. I feel like if this was smaller shot, it would be better. This number 4 coming out of a 9mm, there's just not a lot of shot to it. We're at about 8 feet. Let's see what this does to that soda. At point blank, I guess it's pretty effective. I think that might have gone deeper than the 410 with birdshot. Up next, we got these 9mm Bismuth. These 9mm Bismuth. Up next, we got these 9mm
Bismuth
Shotshells. Let's try these out. We're gonna get closer. One thing to note with this ammo, it actually cycled the action. I'm gonna have to do a ballistics gel test on this. This has to be like some of the weakest powered ammo I've come across. We get point blank though, and it's just gonna powder the paper. Well, these bismuth rounds actually pierce a soda can. That actually had more power than a 9mm with number 4 shot. I'm kind of surprised it actually did that compared to what it did to that paper. It seemed like it was barely going through. Let's see what this bismuth does to the ballistics gel. Surprisingly, it's pretty much like a 410 out of the Smith & Wesson Governor. Nothing crazy, but not like super weak. We have the CCI number 9 shot loaded up in the 357 Magnum. Well, I can definitely see where that little cap on the top went through. Punches a pretty decent sized hole through it, but I'm sure it's not really packing too much power. Now I'm kind of confused by that. That put 2 holes through there. Unless the cap broke in half, and then, I don't know. So you did it here too. There and there. I was thinking that blue cap was what's piercing through it, but I don't know. I kind of like the number 9 shot in the 357 Magnum. Seems like it groups pretty well at close range and has some power. Those rounds smell good too. We have a 357 Magnum. We have a number 9 shot blue pill. Let's see what this does compared to the 9mm number 4 shot. Note to self, that blue cap just exploded and shrapneled back at me. That was not as powerful as the number 8 shot in the 410. It's bismuth time with a 357 Magnum, number 8 shot. Let's see how this works. If someone can explain to me what those 2 holes are in the paper, I'd really love to know. Once again, pretty much point blank, and it's starting to pattern pretty well. 5 feet away, hit a snake or something. I guess that's feasible, but not for much else, I guess. I think the Bismuth out of the 357 Magnum might be the most powerful one yet. I'm actually kind of impressed with what it did to that soda. I was not expecting that. Let's see what that Bismuth does to this gel. It's definitely more concentrated in one spot versus the 9mm, but penetration's pretty close. We're rocking 45 ACP now. We're going to be using the Smith & Wesson Governor using these moon clips. Pretty sweet that this actually allows you to use moon clips over the Taurus Judge. Just one extra caliber you get to put through it. Two-inch snub, 45 ACP. Probably the best spread so far. This actually groups probably better than 410 shells. I don't know how that's possible, but it is grouping better. I'm expecting this to absolutely obliterate the can. My expectation was accurate. I'm standing the ballistics gel up just because I'm running out of room. I don't think it's going to pierce through it this way though, so hopefully it's an accurate assessment. If it does go through, I'll flip it the other way. Didn't need to flip it the other way. That actually was not that impressive. Note to self, do not run that ammo in the Governor. That was fun getting that out. Number 4 shot, Smith & Wesson Governor, 45 Colt. Now it's kind of crazy. When we close the gap on this from 10 feet to 5 feet, that group tightens up about, I want to say like 5 times. We're getting closer. I'm doing one more. Still not impressed. I thought I would be, but I'm not. Let's see how this fares on the ballistics gel still standing up. I don't think it's going to go through all the way. Okay, that was pretty much as close as it got to penetrating without going through all the way. Let's move on to the next one. It's the last of the 45 Colt, number 9 shot. Pretty good spread. The number 9 shot in this has enough BBs in it that it pretty much just hits everything.
Great ass!
I'm gonna sit back a little bit further. Let's do one more. It's kind of crazy. You just step back a little bit and it just makes all the difference. All right, I kind of have to strategically hit this to avoid all the other shots so we can see this. That was similar to like the 9mm penetration. Nothing crazy. 44 Magnum, number 4 shot. Out of a Desert Eagle. Curious to see what the number 9 shot's gonna do. Now this, I'm expecting to probably go through the gel completely. I think we might have to put it the other way. All right, let's see if I can finesse it through this one little spot. If it goes through, we'll retry it. Once again, it wants to almost go through all the way, but it still didn't. This is the last one for the day. Number 9 shot, 44 mag. One of the reasons why I was hand feeding them into the chamber. That just turned into confetti. I think I'm gonna hand feed the next one. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Well, I just ate some fragments to the neck. I think that might have been the blue tip to this. It likes exploding and just flying back. Kind of freaks you out a little bit. The last clean spot on this, that's where we're gonna aim. All the number 9 shot, none of them really did any penetration difference between any of the calibers. All right, takeaways from this ammo. You're gonna need to be like 5 feet away tops. 10 feet's pretty much pushing it. If you're looking to use this ammo at 5 to 10 feet, I guess it works. Semi-autos might not feed properly. It might actually destroy the cartridge. So that's an issue. Revolvers aren't always going to function properly either though. My Smith & Wesson Governor, the shells split and expanded, or the casings rather, and it was pretty much impossible to get out. Number 4 shot in these cartridges, it just doesn't have enough shot to really pattern great. It just spreads everywhere. I'd probably say number 9 shot, or maybe even that Bismuth, because that stuff actually did pretty decent on those sodas, but it wasn't that great in the gelatin, but still, it patterned a little bit better than the number 4 shot. Would I buy these again though? Probably not. I guess if it's like something you have a pistol, but you don't have, I don't know, maybe a 410. I guess it kind of helps in that scenario, but versus a real shotgun, you're just better off getting a real shotgun. And considering you can get some of them for pretty, I'd say pretty dirt cheap. I mean, you can get a pump or a single shot 410, something along those lines. That's probably the route I would go down, because these things are $2 a piece. So not very affordable when you can get, you know, a bunch more 12 gauge for the same price as 10 rounds of these. They're cool though, but not really 100% practical. Okay? All right, see ya.